Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Hacho322 here, and I'm your coach of the Portland Timbers in the UPA, the United Pokemon Association. And today I will be bringing you guys my UPA semifinals match against Whoop, coach of the Chicago Beartics. And if you guys did not check out our last week's match, we played our quarterfinal game, or whatever you want to call it, against Silver, where we did pick up a nice little victory. That was a big one, actually. We knocked off the number 2 seed right there, and we are in the semifinals now. When we started out in the playoffs, there were 10 teams left. We had to play a qualifier game because seeds 7, 8, 9, and 10 have to play qualifier games. We won. We played silver, where there was 8 people left. We won that. And now there are 4 people left. It's myself, Whoop, Andrew, and Loris. So, yep, I'm playing Loris, or not Loris, I'm playing Whoop in this week, which is horrible because my matchup is absolutely awful. There is not a single team in this league that I have a worse matchup against. And there is, like, even Hardcore, who destroyed me week 1, I still have a better matchup against him. This matchup is awful, and I've tried to do everything in my power to bring this game to a victory, but yeah. So let's just go ahead and go over the team matchup. So Whoop had the ability to bring Zapdos, Scolipede, Zygarde 10%, Decidueye, Zoroark, Piloswine, Mega Aggron, Infernape, Primarina, Uxie, and Snorlax, and we of course, as always, had the ability to bring Tapu Bulu, Gliscor, Empoleon, Ribombee, Incineroar, Linoone, Mega Medicham, Hoopa Unbound, Tyrantrum, Rotom Frost, and Whiscash. So, with that in mind, we did end up bringing Mega Medicham, Tyrantrum, Incineroar, Empoleon, Hoopa Unbound, Linoone, and Whoop ended up bringing Scolipede, Mega Aggron, Zapdos, Uxie, Zoroark, and Zygarde 10%. So, as I said, this matchup was absolutely awful, and if you guys didn't know, for whoever wins ASL Season 3 gets the first overall pick in Season 4, and considering what I want to get in Season 4, I really want a high pick, so I'm gunning for that spot. Plus, you know, I want to win a league. I've only won 1 league out of the 5 championships that I've been to. Definitely like to get another championship under my belt. But with that in mind, I went ahead and asked Ian, one of my good friends, I asked, hey, I know Whoop hacks you out in the quarterfinals. You want to go ahead and help me out? He said, sure. We got in a call. We built for like 2 to 3 hours. This is the best team that we could come up with. Like, looking at his team, he has so much that shreds me. Scolipede is scary unless I have Gliscor, but if I have Gliscor, he can still set up the +2 and then Waterium Z me to death. Also, Gliscor is horribly pressured. Zygarde 10%, it's the same deal. I get horribly pressured and then he can just destroy me. Mega Aggron is a very, very hard mon for me to break because my things that are super effective on it, they are physical attackers. Infernape is the biggest problem. I have no swap-ins for that thing on my entire roster. Not a single mon takes its hits because he should be special Infernape, so Gliscor can't take it under any circumstances. And yeah, so those are his big threats. And we had to bring some interesting stuff. So if I lose this game, I will lose it bringing absolute heat, and I can't even be mad about that. But anyways, with that being said, moving on to the first set, we have Jackie Cham, our Mega Medicham. We got Medicamite, or Medicamite, Medicam, whatever. We got the Pure Power, of course, Drain Punch, Zen Headbutt, Fake Out, Toxic, 252 in attack, 4 in special defense, and 252 in speed with a Jolly Nature. So we tossed up the idea of having like Ice Punch on here. Maybe sub variants, but sub took way too much from Uxie. Ice Punch just really wasn't necessary. We ultimately decided on Drain Punch, Zen Head, but Fake Out Toxic. Fake Out is extremely nice because he has a lot of priority, and Fake Out combined with something else is going to be very helpful in terms of taking out the Infernape, or the Scolipede works 2 of the same. And Toxic is there to catch Uxie swap-ins, to catch Zapdos swap-ins. Otherwise, Dual Stab just really wrecks a lot of his team. So this thing is a good breaker in that regard. Then second mon, we have Grimlock, our Tyrantrum. This is an interesting set. This is my Mega Aggron answer. So with Grimlock, we are rocking a Chesto Berry, Strong Drop, Fire Fang, Rock Slide, Rest, and Stealth Rock. 248 in HP, 224 in defense, 28 in special defense, 8 in speed with an Impish Nacer. So going over that, I just have the speed in there just in case he tries to speed creep me with, I don't know, something like Primarina. I have the Spadef in there to make sure I'm not 2-hit KO'd by Zapdos if rocks are not up. That is assuming he has no special attack. And then the rest is thrown into HP and defense just to be able to take on the Aggron as best as possible. I know this thing will not 1v1 the Aggron. I 100% understand with that. I understand that. But if he is not running Rest, which there's a good chance he is running Rest, like, the thing is I have to win this game by him misplaying. I can't win the game by just playing well. He has to misplay, which is the unfortunate thing. But if he's not Rest, I can bring him down to about 20% considering how it would work out, because I would get off 2 Fire Fangs, I rest up, I get off 2 more Fire Fangs, and then he would kill me. And Fire Fang does about 20%, so he would sit at about 80% or at 20%, and I can come in and kill him with something. Otherwise, rocks are really important for his team. They hurt a lot and help with a lot of rolls. And then next up, we have Great our Incineroar. We have Shucka Berry, Intimidate, Knockoff, U-Turn, Will-O-Wisp, and Fire Blast. 248 in HP, 64 in defense, 196 in special attack with a relaxed nature. This thing has a really important role on the team. It is a very, very good pivot for his team. We have the Fire Blast on there, obviously, for the Aggron, and like 196 in special attack is actually going to hit pretty hard against the Aggron. It does a number on that thing. Will-O-Wisp is really, really good for him, because if we have the Shucka Berry, you just assume like he's going to want to Earthquake me with Scolipede or with Zydoge or with the Mega Aggron. He's going to want to hit me with Earthquake on all those things, and if I can start burning things, I can really, really hinder their effectiveness, which is tremendous. And then U-Turn obviously for swapping around, Knockoff just for a general Dark Stab, but yeah, this thing is pretty solid. It's a good Zoroark answer, so I don't have to worry about that. I can take on the Aggron. Like most of this team comes down to if Aggron's Rest or not. He should be Rest in all honesty, but there's nothing I can really do. Taunt Gliscor is the only thing, but then he can Ice Punch me into Oblivion. So it's like there's not a whole lot I can do here. I kind of just have to pretty much just hope he's one thing and then play to that, because that's really my best way of winning. We got LeBron James here, our Empoleon. Leftovers, Torrent, Scald, Hidden Power Grass, Aqua Jet, and Toxic. 248 in HP, 24 in attack, 236 in special defense with a Sassy Nature. This Empoleon's job is to primarily take on the Primarina, which is why we have the HP Grass there. And yeah, I just didn't really see another, like, this is the main reason of bringing it, but if I don't bring it, Primarina gets a kill every time it's in. I don't need 2 Mons getting a kill every time it comes in. And then Scald's just there for general stab. Aqua Jet is to hit the Infernape up for like 35 to 40% or whatever. That's why we are Sassy Natured, because I need the attack. And Toxic is there to hit up the Uxie or the Zapdos or the Primarina if I've like Hidden Power Grassed it, and or if he's like Spexed and I know he can't sub up, then that's an option. So that's good stuff there from our Empoleon. And then we got Unleashed, our Hoopa Unbound, Focus Sash, Magician. We have Psyshock, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, and Trick Room. 248 in HP, 8 in defense, 252 in special attack, and a Quiet Nature. And this thing is pretty good against this team. I don't like the fact that I will not be able to underspeed the Aggron, which is pretty annoying. But this thing will 2-shot the Aggron comfortably, so I probably won't Focus Blast until the Aggron's gone, or I won't Trick Room until the Aggron's gone, because I'll be able to outspeed it outside of it. And if I deem that the Aggron is speedy early game, then I can go ahead and go into this Hoopa, and then we're good to go. But yeah, this breaks pretty well against this team. It's nice for the Uxie, so it doesn't put so much pressure on Incineroar to kill that thing. He just generally doesn't have a lot of good swap-ins for it, and his team is relatively fast. So as long as I can get this up comfortably, like ideally hazards are away when I set this up. And I don't have hazard removal on the team, but hopefully he sees that rocks are so hindering to him that he's forced to remove my rocks. That's kind of the idea there. So it goes back to the notion of I need him I need for him to lose the game. I can't really win the game. I need for him to lose the game. And then our last mon, which is the heatest set that I think I've brought in this entire season. So stay with me here. Stay with me here. You guys should have clicked the Pokepaste down in the description so you can read this along with me. So we got Scavenger, our Linoon, Choice Banded with Quick Feet. So Extreme Speed, Super Fang, Facade, and Shadow Claw. 232 in HP, 252 in attack, 24 in speed with an adamant nature. This set is literally fantastic against this team. So Ian came up with this set while we were trying to figure out ways of luring the Infernape. We thought Spadef like sub-protect Gliscor, but it can't stall it out enough. Ribombee gets O-code through Akaberry. Tapu Bulu just simply doesn't do enough. It's literally not worth it because Focus Blast plus Fire Blast, even through an Akaberry, is going to kill. So this is our best way of luring the Infernape. So the idea is we come in with this thing, and he doesn't want to swap out because Infernape has to kill this thing so it doesn't set up and win the game. And we can do like 65 to 75 with our Extreme Speed, which is really, really nice. So even if this thing just clicks Extreme Speed on the Infernape, we kill, and we just die, then that's fine because Medicham or Empoleon kill with their priority moves. And Super Fang just for the aggron. Shadow Claw is there for the potential Decidueye. I think that's there. Yeah. And get this. So we have Facade on there. We have Quick Feet because the thing is if like he ran Discharge with his Zapdos last time, and I'm pretty sure he ran Toxic with his Uxie. Not 100% sure, but those are two very real possibilities. So if I can get this thing statused, I will essentially have a Choice Band and a Choice Scarf with a base 140 Facade that is Stab. So I will be shredding everything that isn't called Aggron, and if I can actually pull that strategy off, there's a good chance that I can win this. So that's the heat that we're going to be bringing. We got to try and make it work. And as you can see from Team Preview, he doesn't bring the goddamn Infernape. He doesn't bring the Infernape. So if I would have brought Bulu, Bulu beats these four, not these two, but these four. Incineroar beat these two, but not these four. So I'm pretty mad about it. Ian and I, we're building for like 2.5 hours how to beat this goddamn Infernape, and it doesn't even come. Anyways, we lead with our Tyrantrum, as he's going to go ahead and lead with the Uxie. As I think he's going to get up rocks here. I'm just completely content with getting up my rocks. I felt like that was a very big priority. Force him to, like, if he gets up rocks on me, then I want him to also be pressured to get away rocks. So he's going to knock off. He's going to get rid of my Chesterberry. Really annoying there. But we're going to get up rocks. He's going to get up rocks. And I just went for the rock slide. Because I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's just hit this thing for some damage. We'll call it good. But I see that he is especially defensive, which actually kind of surprised me. Or he's just like max HP, max speed. He's not physically defensive though, which is kind of interesting. And he's going to go for the U-turn, as I'm just going to rock slide again. As out comes the Aggron. I was a little bit scared of Zydoge coming out, but I obviously can't hit that thing for anything. So as Aggron's going to be out here, I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to go for the Fire Fang. This is kind of what I was expecting in a different way, I guess. I'm going to go for the rest here, and then I realized, oh, I don't have my Chesto-Berry. I probably should have just Fire Fanged. And I'm going to make a series of bad plays. I don't use rest that much, and I figured, oh, that's 1 turn. This should be 2 turns, because rest should be 2 turns, at least from what I remember. And it's 2 turns of fast asleep, not 2 turns in general. So we're going to lose our Tyrantrum, but it's fine. You know, we weakened the Aggron to an extent. We were also able to go ahead and get the rocks up, so that's something, I guess. I'm going to go into my Incineroar, and I'm going to go ahead and click a Fire Blast here. Because I could have clicked Will-O-Wisp, yes, sure. But if he's rest, then I lose momentum on this turn anyways. I needed to just Fire Blast, get as much damage off as I could. The 36%, I will take it on the Zapdos. Lets me know that he is physically defensive. And I figure he's just going to defog here. I really don't want to take damage on this Incineroar if I don't have to. But I think he's going to defog here. And he does indeed go for the defog, and I'm going to U-turn, but he's going to paralyze me. So, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, this is a slow Incineroar anyways, but it's just annoying, honestly. It's like, with this game, I had to have everything go right, and things are not starting off too greatly. But I go into my Mega Medicham because, from what it's telling me, Zen Headbutt is a guaranteed kill. So, knowing that, I'm going to go for the Toxic, predicting Uxie to go in. But he's actually going to go to Mega Aggron, which is horribly annoying, because if I would have Drain Punched him, I would have two-shot him. So, good on Woot for making that play. I know I got to save this thing, and I'm going to go into my Empoleon. I knew I had to save my Mega Medicham because it's a Mon that's going to take like at least one hit from something. It takes one hit from the Scolipede pretty easily. So I need to keep it around for that, especially considering Tyrantrum is now gone. But he's going to be in with the Uxie, and I'm just going to go for the Toxic, as he's going to set his rocks up. And I know the series of plays that he's going to do right now. It's pretty obvious, so I know he's going to knock off right now, which is why I'm going to Scald. And then I know that he's going to U-turn on the following turn, so I'm going to Toxic. So he's going to get Toxic here. He goes for the knockoff, gets rid of my leftovers, that's whatever. I'm going to get the Scald off. And like I said, I know he's going to U-turn here, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic. And he's going to go into said Zapdos. And knowing Whoop, he also does not want to let this thing take a Ice Beam as he tries to kill me. So he is going to get a Roost off, as I am just going to go ahead and stay in and Scald. I mean, even if he would have Thunderbolt me, he would have put me in Torrent range, which means it's going to definitely kill. So, this thing is going to be sitting lower. I'm going to swap out of my Linoon, and this is the all or nothing play right here. This is the all or nothing play. This Discharge will two-shot me, but if he is able to para me, and yeah, if I get parried, we are in the fantastic position. We are in a premier position to do fantastic in this game. I still have to get the Zygarde 50% a little bit weakened. I have to get rid of the Aggron, but after that, I win the game. Simply. A little bit of chip on the Zoroark, because it does end up being Focus Sash. I need a little chip on that, but yeah, I can win the game if I do get parried right now. We'll see if that happens. No para. So, now we're in a horrible position. We went to a potentially fantastic position. I mean, it's a 30% chance to para. Static has a 30% chance to para. So you're gonna para my Incineroar, but not my Linoon. Like, what the hell, man? That's not fair. Come on now. But yeah, we're in a very, very bad spot now. Because I just have to E-speed for damage. I contemplated going out into something just to try and rack up toxic damage more. But I feel like just sacking Linoon's the play. I'm just going to take the L on this one. Gonna get discharged. Now, my way, like, that was my best win con. In all honesty. But it's like, it's not even that I risked my win con. That's how I was going to win the game with said win con. I can still do work with Hoopa if I can get it in the right way. But this little thing, and this little thing, and this little thing, and this little thing are going to be big issues for my Hoopa. They will crack my Focus Sash right in half. I'm just going to go into the Medicham because I can fake out whatever comes in. I'm going to fake out that is not Zoroark damage. That's just specially defensive Uxie. And I get to go ahead and Drain Punch here. And we're going to get rid of that thing. So, out comes the Scolipede. Now, with Scolipede coming out, I know that if he clicks Savage Spin Out, he's going to one-shot me. Which, honestly, if I stay in here, it's such a 50-50 play, you know. Because if I stay in here, I'm looking in a decent position. Zygarde 10 still kind of runs house on my team. But at least I have sacks for it, and I can go into Incineroar, potentially get a Will-O-Wisp off, because my Shuca Berry is still intact. It's a very, very 50 play, whether he's going to Swords Dance, whether he's going to Z-move right now. And I ultimately decide to go out into the Empoleon. which is going to cost me the game. That's I mean, it costs me the rational game because now I have to win with hacks. Now it wasn't even about him misplaying. Now it's about me winning with hacks. So that's interesting. If I would have Zen headbutted there, we would have killed this thing, and he would have been forced into his Aggron or his Zoroark or his Zygarde. I would have been okay with all of them coming in. It's aggravating. It really is. He's just gonna Earthquake my Empoleon. I could have Aqua Jetted, but I figured it's so much more worth it just to Scald and hope he gets greedy. That was I had to play for the choke there. I'm gonna go Incineroar. I'm gonna get the Intimidate off. He should Poison Jab, but if he wants to Earthquake, I can live it because my Shuka Berry. He's going to end up just going for the Waterium Z. Fair enough. Now, the way to win this game. What an interesting turn of events winning this game would be. So, here is how I win the game. He has to miss. I do live Poison Jab, but that doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because the Zygarde is more than likely going to have extreme speed, and the Zoroark would outspeed me anyways. So he has to go for Mega Horn and he has to miss, but I'm gonna go for the Fake Out just because, you know, why not? I might as well. I lose nothing by doing so. He's already faster than hell anyways. But he is going to Poison Jab me, which does 79%, and I'm gonna miss Zen Headbutt. I'm just gonna click the X button because there's no point. There's no point anymore. Like, I would have maybe lowered the differential, but it's like there's literally no way for me to win. He would have had to be non-E-Speed's Zydoge. He would have had to... He wasn't Mega Horn, I don't think. Like, Hoopa would have had to live a +1 Poison Jab, which is asking a lot from the damn thing. And then I would have had to not get poisoned. I would have had to live a hit from Zoroark, but it was Focus Sashed anyways, so it doesn't even matter. I would have had to like flinch it with Dark Pulse, so, and I don't kill Aggron with Focus Blast yet, depending. It's just, I just forfeited. I would have played the game out if I wouldn't have missed. It was just, I was just so mad about like how dumb it was. I should have played EN this round. Like, if you guys didn't know, Whoop paralyzed Ian's Togekiss got full parried, and Whoop ended up advancing on that. It's just annoying, honestly, because this matchup was so bad. He didn't even bring the Infernape. And like I said, the entire time, he had to misplay. He had to misplay. I had a shot to win it. It would have been his misplay. It was a 50-50. Yeah. If I would have Zen Headbutted the Scolipede initially, it was not Focus Sash, obviously, because he used its Z move. We could have gotten rid of that thing. We would have sat at full. If he goes Zydoge, I just go straight into Incineroar. And then after that, like, I can go into Hoopa and click Trick Room, which is amazing in and of itself. Or I can just straight attack. And I would have had a really good shot at winning, because as long as I get Zydoge out of the way, then Metachan would have won. But yeah, just we'll get him next season. I mean, we are returning for UPA Season 4, so don't worry about that. I'm going to return under a new team that has not been used on the channel. That's actually the logo that I'm using is actually the only team name that I've actually won a championship under, which is kind of cool. So maybe we'll actually do well in a league under that and not lose every time. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will likely be an ISA match, the week 4 match. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Sorry, I probably disappointed you guys, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about the season down below. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.